Alrighty, this begins our angles part 3 video. If you ever wonder, I make these videos late at night because I can't sleep. I'm a night owl. I can't help it. Oh well. Alright, so we were just talking about adjacent angles in the last video. Now we're talking about complementary angles, supplementary angles, vertical angles, all the fun stuff. I don't mean that sarcastically. I like this stuff. Alrighty, so let's get to the fun stuff. I will basically give you a example and explain how to solve this example. Okay, so you have this, right? You have this. See how it's nice and bulky so you can see it? I'm so happy I made it so pretty. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, cool? Cool. So, what are adjacent angles? Just to review, adjacent angles are the ones that are right across from each other, right? So the top, Des Bryant throwing up the X. Adjacent angles would be the top one, this one here, is equal to the bottom one, this one here. Cool. So, let's label the adjacent angles. Adjacent is typically abbreviated as ADJ. I do it because I'm lazy. So, adjacent angles would be 1 and 4, 2 and 3, 5 and 7 and 6 and 8. I want you to write this down as well as this and then have that in your notes, okay? So this definitely goes in your notes, okay? Adjacent angles, check. Now, we want complementary angles. Complementary angles are angles that add up to 90 degrees. So, we don't have any here. I'll put that in the next video or later in this video. Excuse me. Supplementary angles, angles that add up to 180 degrees. We remember that 180 degrees is a straight line. So, supplementary angles, supplementary is abbreviated with SUPP, sup, angles. So we have 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. I sound like a yoga instructor, to be honest. Alright. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Alright. Oh, there's also this combination as well. 1 and 3 and 2 and 4 and 5 and 8 and 6 and 7. Is that it? Yes. Okay, cool. Done with supplementary. Vertical angles. Oh. Gotcha. Okay, cool. So, adjacent angles and vertical angles are similar, but not the same. I made the mistake of thinking they were the same. So, remember how I put adjacent angles? Yeah, scratch that. These are vertical angles, sorry. Vertical angles, you don't typically abbreviate as vert. You just write it out, vertical angles. Guess mathematicians weren't lazy when they put vertical angles. Adjacent angles, however, let's go over that real quick. The actual adjacent angles, still abbreviated as ADJ, is angles that are next to each other. So basically, if I'm here and my girlfriend sits here, we're adjacent to one another. We're sitting right next to each other, okay? So, if I have this water bottle and this Sharpie, they're adjacent to one another because they're right next to each other. Quite simple. So, let's do this again. What are adjacent angles? Angles that are have a common vertex, blah, 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 but no common blah, 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 blah. They're next to each other, basically. Adjacent angles, let's see. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Oh. There we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Make sure I'm saying that correctly. Okay. Meanwhile, let's go over complementary real quick. Do it on the back side, I think. Actually, no, I'll do it on the top right-hand corner. Left-hand corner. Right-hand corner. Whatever. If we have a right angle, and we know it's a right angle because, in this case, I'm not going to draw the box, but I'm just saying it's a right angle. Okay. So, if you have a ray emitting from this right angle, let's say that one side is called X and one is called Y, we know that X plus Y, I'm going to show you what it looks like in a second, is equal to 90 degrees. This means, so if we have, sorry for my cricket line, but oh well, it's a right angle, X and Y, right? Angle X, angle Y, X plus Y equals 90, okay? So, the way you would write this is angle X and angle Y are both complementary. We're lazy, so abbreviate complementary as comp, C-O-M-P, period. Bam. So can you see that? I think you can. I can't. Hopefully you can. Angle A and angle X and angle Y are both comp, period. Okay, let's go to the next page. Vertical angles, did that. Yes, transversal, okay, did that. Okay, a transversal, typically you'll have two parallel lines cut by a transversal. Guess what? That's what this is. You have two parallel lines cut by a transversal. Transversal basically is a fancy word for a line that cuts through two lines that are parallel. Okay? So this line is the transversal. These two lines are parallel. We did cover the transversal. And next video I will go over corresponding angles, alternate interior angle pairs, alternate exterior angle pairs, interior angle pairs, and angle bisect. Actually, and then I'll clarify another topic real quick.